Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Of course, it's your favorite random man, Terrence Woods in the building today. And how you guys doing? Welcome to another reaction to video. So, guys, let's get this out the way right now, cause I love anime movies. I love anime. Those you know me, I talk about anime. I love it so much. And so when it comes to to the maybe like the big screen or Netflix or even the small screens. Sorry, just working my nose here. Sorry about that. I'm all in. I'm all excited, and sometimes I shouldn't be. I'm talking about you, Dragon Ball Evolution, and Dragon Ball: The Magic Begins. Oh, there's more. There's more, and of course, you Attack on Titans. Like by watching those movies, and people be like, speaking on, like, I'm a get on this. I just gotta get this little rant out the way. When people see like Ghost, to me not like Ghost of the Shell, Dragon Ball Evolution, it's like, oh no, she got full Asian cast. Or, oh no, the Western don't know how to do these movies justice. Have you guys seen Attack on Titans? And one I'm about to talk about now, which is Full Metal Alchemist. I mean, because this is my thing, and like even with Ghost of the Shell, by far it wasn't good, but Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear, actually gave this movie praise. Now, and he did say that some areas could have been better, but he said he enjoyed it. He said it wasn't a great film, but he did enjoy it, and that's how I felt with that. I besides the whole whitewashing thing in there, I know that's taboo in Hollywood right now, but it was a good film. Where like Arizona Dragon Ball Evolution was, they had the creator of the whole Dragon Ball series in there. It was awful. Now, like I said, I gave it one small praise. Still, that one small praise isn't good, but nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, here, with Full Metal Alchemist, guys, let me tell you what I was expecting with Full Metal Alchemist, the live action movie. I was expecting to see Scar. I wanted to see the Shao Tucker arc. I want to see the Homunculus, and I want to see certain key characters that may at least make an appearance, like from Fear Bradley, and of course one of my favorite characters, and I mentioned voice actor Alice Louise Armstrong. That's one of my favorite. I mean, he's one of my favorite characters in there. But when it comes to certain movies like these, I really tried to. I know it's gonna be some bad, so I try my best to find the good in it before before I actually get my full assessment. And the reason why this review was for this reaction to come out so long, I was watching different reviewers talk about this film, and I just want to see what they say. Some people would rip this thing a whole new butthole, and they had to probably do sideways. There's some people who liked it. As always, it's just a matter of opinion. And with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this movie here, because my cousin told me about it. Like I said, I did see the trailer. I wanted to do the reaction to the trailer, but I didn't have the time to do it. And for me, I think it started okay. I really think it had a good, I won't say a strong beginning, but a good beginning. And like I said, I'm gonna talk about the good, which is really not that much. Which is really not that much in here. But the good that I enjoyed, I like the beginning. It could have done a little bit more with the brothers showing more of a connection to their mom, and how close they strong connection are. I wish they could have done something to that degree. Cause I know, I'm gonna say this too before I go in for it. I know, as a fan, and also a guy who does reactions to movies now and then, especially the comic book movies, animated mangas, and so forth. We're not going to get everything we want, but sometimes the directors or producers, whoever make these films, they try to please the fans. Sometimes you can overdo that, but I'm gonna get more to that a little bit later. Back onto the movie itself. the child actors could have been a little bit better. I felt like they could have shown a little bit more of their connection, not just with the mom, but with each other. I really wish they'd done a little bit more of that. Then there's like one scene they show her, then she passes out, fades away, whatnot, and like that, so that kind of, that's really like shocked me. I was like, oh, so that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and go through that. I was like, okay. And so mind you, like I said, I try to keep an open mind with certain movies like these. And so we go back. So then we fast forward to where the Elrics are chasing Father Cornello, and I think this was kind of saw the downfall of the film for me here, because like they just had Cornello as a, I guess, bland. Because in the anime, and not just in both anime and in Brotherhood, and both with the first Full Metal Alchemist and in Brotherhood, Cornello had the Elder Brothers on the ropes, and like it actually told, like, I think took 2 episodes to get through with the whole Cornello arc of the show, and I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, okay, this supposed to be, and they say, oh, I think in the movies, oh, it's the father, it's Cornello, and this, that, and the other, and with the part, like, the one thing what happened in both animes is that Cornello used the people. They show how he pretty much corrupted them, and he pretty much used them to go after the Elrics. Now, it could have been a way where they could have sit there and done that, where, hey, you could start off with the followers of Cornello chasing after the Elrics, or at one point you could show the Elrics exposing Cornello. You could have done that, because, like, one of the major problems I had with this movie is that they downplayed so many of the characters. Even with Ed and Al, they downplayed them so much, and that's the first thing I saw that really got my attention. And besides, like, it just felt like that I think they show Father Cornello using his fake Philosopher's Stone to make his chimera and whatnot. I like how, I love how I like how Alfonso, like, I think the CGI for him was really good, done well. For me, like I said, for me, he was downplayed, and I actually like Father Cornello. I really did, because to me he was like it opened the world, is what I'm trying to say, guys. It really opened the world. And I know I should have said this probably might be the long reaction to video. But it kind of opened the world. It built it up, and that's why I didn't really get with Full Metal Alchemist, because towards the end, Ed and Cornello, they punched, and the ring exploded. It shows it's a fake Philosopher's Stone, and I'm like, bro, you cannot tell me. You're like, why? Okay. Then then it had Alfonso explaining the whole thing about equivalence change, telling all that story, and then on top of that, because I remember Roy Mustang, he sent the Elrics to Lior, but then the soldiers were already there in the movie, so that really didn't make sense. I felt like, so eventually, so we get to the central. They made mention of the Fury, but the Fury didn't show, which again I think will show maybe a significant value. I know we can't get everything, but for this film, because of what it did, and I'm going off the cuff here, it gave us a match. It gave us a whole homage on the first Full Metal Alchemist anime and Brotherhood, and blended all into one big old heap and a mess, which is really what it is one big heap of mess. Of course, we got Winry in there. I didn't mind Winry being in there so early in the movie. I really didn't. Mage Youth was good. The actor who played Mage Youth, to me, he did a fantastic job of playing Maze, but again, downplayed, because everyone knows, and what hurt me was with Maze's character, that he treasured not just his wife, but his daughter, and his daughter wasn't in the movie. It's like that's one of Meiju's key component as a character. Like you sit there and he's like like just like every minute Mei's get, and I know yes, I definitely compare it to the anime. He would talk about his daughter. He had a picture of his daughter, had a picture of his wife, and so I think one point I'm using the anime here. Mei's sitting there talking about his daughter, but at the same time it's like most of it's like, I need you just come back and talk about your daughter. No, I'm not. I'm talking about my wife too. So like downplay, and that was the one thing that really bothered me with this. It's like even the reaction between Mustang and Ed was downplayed. It's like they really downplay a lot of characters just to fit what they want to fit, and that's what kind of bothered me with that. You just downplay just so you have what scenes you want to have. And I know people really knock the film for his film production because it was like a lot of white walls and stuff like that. I like, in a sense, like I said, by me being a reviewer, I mean sometimes I'm not a movie editor per se, and I'm not a keen experience when it comes to certain movies, but I know what I like, and I like to see what the environment is. And speaking of that, it's like the environment could have been a little bit better, and like a lot of the scenes a year ago, watch the movie yourself, white walls pretty much everywhere in the whole thing. But even Shao Tucker was downplayed, and like I'm gonna use downplay a lot here, because what the one thing is like, when Havoc told Shao Tucker that, hey, we're about to get ready for your assessment, because last time he had it says he didn't do such a great job, and so you sense the dread, you sense the fear of failure in Shao Tucker. You really get that sense of fear that he's about to lose everything. And then on top of that, and again, I didn't mean to really skip too much here, because like I said, I'm looking at my notes right now, so I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what I've written down. But Mustang didn't send the boys there to do any type of learn under Shao Tucker. I don't think that was the case, but what it was is like they sent it to help investigate about Chimera's. I think I could be saying it wrong. If I am, please, the guys excuse me, because I had a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff to remember with this movie. But even with Nina, man, and like, in one of the most saddest moment in Full Metal. I'm gonna touch on the other sad moment in a minute. It's like seeing Nina going to be played for maybe like a good, 5 to 10 minutes. It's like that. I feel like we didn't get that. Hey, here's this lovely little girl who was nothing to play. Because in the anime, the L was playing like, hey, I'm the big brother. Like L was like, I'm the big brother. Al is the smaller brother. So Nina was literally called Ed small brother, and called Al the big brother. And the one I didn't really touch on this enough either. But like Ed hates to be called short, and I feel like they ain't really do that much to touch on the character, because it's called Full Metal Alchemist for a reason. We're talking about the Elwood brothers. We're talking about Ed and Al, the main protagonists in this show, and it's it's like when they like every time they show Ed playing with Nina, it's in like a flashback when Ed was gonna meet Dr. Marco, but then like also like, during that scene, it's like they only show Al and Winry playing with Nina. It's like that don't make sense, Like to me, Nina was the how can I say it? It was like you saw the innocence in Nina, and eventually we go into and I know I'm kind of skipping around here, but then we go to where Shao Tucker is sitting there telling Al that, oh, your memory's fake. But this didn't happen until they get to the fifth laboratory and they made Barry the Butcher. And Barry the Butcher is telling Al that, oh, your memory's not fake, you're not real. No, it's like you say maybe Ed's not really your real brother. Your memory is falsified, whatnot. And so that what really bothered me. It's like I didn't get that. And then it was, and I was like, I know I'm not getting everything, but for them to sit there and say Ed and Winry, and I think this is off the original anime. I think that's why Marco was killed, but in Brotherhood he wasn't killed. And the thing is, what I love about Brotherhood, I'm like I said, I'm gonna keep saying I love Brotherhood a lot. I feel like it tells a little bit more deeper of a story to me. To me, again, in my own opinion, I feel like it told a better story than it did for the first anime. So of course Marco gets killed, and then their first time meeting Lust, but in Brotherhood they never met no type of homunculus. No, it was Armstrong, Ed, and Al going to Rock Bell to visit Winry so they can fix each other up. Then, but like I said, no, when Armstrong they met Armstrong, Ed, and Al met Marco. Marco was clearly still alive in the Brotherhood, and he telling them about the Philosopher's Stone. And to the point when the thing is, it wasn't just Ed going through the notes trying to figure out how the Philosopher's Stone was made. It was both brothers working at the same time trying to figure it out. And it's like, oh man, it's like a hodgepodge of mess. And I know, like I said, I know I'm kind of going out of order here, guys, but I'm just really kicking out key points where it really felt to me what was bad of it. Like I said, it's like I'm gonna touch upon the homunculus in a minute later, but it just feels like this was not the best here, because even the director said it's like our CGI is going to challenge Hollywood, and so at some point the CGI were okay, subpar, say it best, not good enough to challenge the Avengers. Like it's like, hey. I'm just gonna use this for something. Say I'm a YouTuber. I want to be just as big or maybe better than Corey Kenshin, or just that's my goal, to reach the level of Corey Kenshin. But again, that's another video for a whole nother time. But the problem is with this, it's like you gave us so much, and I said this about Batman vs Superman, and I said this about the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Less can be more. Less can definitely be more. Even with the whole incident when Ed and Al finds out that Shao Tucker make Nina and Alexander to homunculus. To Chimera. Excuse me, guys. So it was like that was one of the most tear-jerking, heart-wrenching scenes for me, because it's like when she said, "Can we play now?" It's like Big Brother. She said, "Big Brother Ed," or Big Brother, small. It's like, and then even with the scenes, I hope I can play it when Ed is hitting Shao Tucker. It's like this. I looked at it. I was like, what's the hit sound with that? What is going on with that? And I felt like with Shao Tucker's character, he definitely was a bad guy, but I saw no need for it in this film. And if it was done right, I thought it could have showed more Shao Tucker's, like eventually in the anime when he finally transmuted Nina and Alexander, and when Ed dropped his watch, and Ed took his little alchemy watch and tossed it. Shao went right for watch and said, "Hey, yes, I made it in time. I got time. I'll make the assessment." Said, Nina, we're gonna make it. It's like it showed how crazy it is. We didn't see that crazy side of Shao talking this close to the end of the movie. It still didn't make sense. And going off to the homunculus, I think the character who played Lust was good. I felt even with Gluttony, he was a henchman at best, and which is Lust's henchman. But how they did Envy, I expected to see Lust and Gluttony. I expected that. I saw that. I expected, but I think the one thing I hated how they did Envy. Envy was more of a more stronger of a. I think he was more of one of the better homunculus in Full Metal. Besides, what's his name? Fear Bradley's son. I mean, he's definitely up there too. One of the worst homunculus out there. But how they did Envy was so worse, because Envy was just that. To me, he was like top tier homunculus. he was top tier of the homunculus. But to see how they made him like into a Lux's henchman, which is kind of like, why are you here? It's like, what is your point for being here? Even when they saw the fifth laboratory again, it's like it just didn't make no sense for me. It really didn't. You know, like every character was downplayed. Even certain camera angles. Again, if I can show this, I will show it. But like at one point when they fight against these these mannequin soldiers, like they show Riza running towards the same Mustang, but it's like they zoomed in on the pathway with the rock gravels. I'm like, what's the point showing? Like, I didn't say it before, but I just watched a different reviewer. Then went back and watched the movie again, see that scene. I'm like, why are you zooming into that? So, like I said, it's just a hodgepodge, a mess, and it wasn't really that good of a movie, guys. Like even because you gotta like when, and another heartbreaking thing I'm going to talk about here. I remember seeing when Maze got killed. And then his daughters, and one of the most, again, thinking about this made me upset and sad because she's like, Dad, like, why they burying Daddy? Daddy gotta do his work. And it's like, just seeing that scene all together, which in the anime and Brotherhood did it so well, it's like, that was one of the most heart-wrenching scenes for me. I'm like, bro, this little girl, it's like I ain't gonna lie, I teared up a little bit because like that was so sad. This girl gotta see her daddy get buried. That was very upsetting. But in the movie, it didn't do that. Because at one point, it showed Maze when Maze actually figured out, the same thing happened in the anime, what Maze figured out was kind of going on behind the scenes, they showed Roy kill him. But in the flashback, Roy figured out who, like, the whole thing was, hey, we want to frame Roy. And don't get Major Ross was in this movie, but she didn't really play a big of a part, not a bigger role. Because remember, the homunculus was blaming Ross. Said, hey, Ross was the last one to see used, and no, Ross was working with us. That was the whole plan. That was the whole frame up. So in the movie, they show, but like in the movie, they show Roy kill Hughes. But in a quick flashback, when Roy figured everything out, which is weird to me, come to find out that because everybody knows in the anime and the manga that Envy transformed into Maze's wife, was gave him that pause. It wasn't Roy. It was really done a dumb editing chopping job. I guess that makes sense. Because then when they show the flashback, it shows Maze stop, and then the Envy transforms to his wife, shoots Maze. Then Maze transforms to Roy just to frame him. So that, like, what was the point? I guess my anger is getting at. Because again, you downplay some of the characters. Like I said, to me, the movie got a nice start. But for this right here, then even the ending of it, when Rory actually kills Lust, he end up killing Envy. But the problem with that is Roy has so much rage where it took Riza, Ed, I think Al tried to stop him. But when he finds out it was Envy, I'm just gonna kill Envy and you're dead, Envy. Then we're gonna try to kill. Then he kills Lust. It felt like the movie's kind of focused more on Roy than it was on the other brothers. You know, even though he did play a part, but the movie's focus, like, it was everywhere. It wasn't on like key moments. And like I said, I get the fact, like, so I know I'm going a little bit long, I know I'm kind of going over time, but this is my problem when I see movies like these, because, and I said this about any movie I said besides Black Panther. Black Panther was pretty good. Not pretty good, it was awesome, I'll take that back. Like, where is the build-up? It's how I felt like with Attack on Titan when I had well, I ain't seen part 2. I was so deterred by the first one. I did not even want to see the second one. They had they had Eren Yeager taking on the Colossal Titan. I'm like, what? Like, that don't happen till like the whole other season. And it's like, oh my god. You know, it's like people like, oh, that's the Japanese, and I'm not cutting anything from the Japanese, because like one of the best anime adaptation I saw was Rurouni Kenshin, the Wandering Samurai, and I only see the first. I know there's 2 more parts to that movie, but I've seen the first one, and I was like, yo, this is very good. Like it didn't like we didn't get you know it had to cut out certain scenes, but it made it work. It was well balanced. Here's some fan service for you guys, but here we tell our own little story here as well. So I got that. I get that, but I don't get this with Full Metal Alchemist. Like we're not getting that. It's like you can give us fans what we need, but at the same time tell the story, but tell in the right way. Don't give us too much, because that's again you gave us more. You gave us more with that instead of just hey, we gonna give you this little bit right here. You know who does this well? Marvel movies done this so well. Where we're like, oh, what's gonna happen in the next Marvel movie, or what's gonna happen in the next the sequel to Avengers? We got that. So we got those scenarios. And even when they show Envy showing this little lizard form, it's and like I shouldn't. I guess what I'm trying to say is I shouldn't get my hopes up, because I see my fair share. Like I said, Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball Evolution, Fist of the North Star. Yes, it's actually a live action version of Fist of the North Star. But it's like you could have. There's a way you could have done it, but tell your own story. That's how I feel like with Resident Evil. But I'm doing a whole video on that one. But with the Full Metal Alchemist movie, you guys are better off watching the first two animes. Even because let's say me, I'll go watch Brotherhood in a heartbeat. To me, it was better storytelling for me. But with this movie right here, guys, I'm sorry, to me it had a good start. It wasn't, it just fell apart in the middle of the ending. So it really wasn't that good at all, guys. It really, and I hate to say that because I'm a fan of Full Metal. I really am. This is not a good representation of this movie. But guys, like I said, I'm going well past my time. So we're getting close to like 30 minutes here because of me ranting and talking badly about this movie. Like I said, I really try to find the good in it, but the sad thing was the only good part was the beginning, and I had little issues with the beginning, but towards the middle and end of this film, it falls flat. The story was everywhere, even with the mannequin homunculus. Even with that, that don't happen towards like close to the end of the series when they made their appearance, and then you got this random, it's just like you could have done this. You could have gave us, even like when Scar kills Nina, and like you could have put that in there, but you didn't, and that's what's hurting me, because it's like you want to tell your own side, but not but at the same time we gonna give you fans, but we want to tell our own story. There's got to be a balance in it, and that's the problem with video games, comic book, animated mangas, graphic novels, all that. It's like there's no balance in there, which is the problem. But guys, I know I'm talking way too much right now. I know I'm a little bit of rambling here, but I love you guys so much. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take a busy time for busy schedule. Make sure you guys check out the GOG, the Gentleman Games with myself, Fireboy, Pixel Diva, the True POG, Victor Quick One, and Destructo 217. And also, guys, make sure you check out my YouTube channel, which is Random Man Entertainment. Come to the random side, guys. We have cookies, and I want you to do this one favor, please. I'm gonna say it again, please. You guys stay random, and I'll see you guys in this video. Love you, and deuces.